Peace and blessings, everybody. It's Sunday, October the 28th, the year 2018. And I want to thank everyone for the birthday wishes on Facebook. I had no idea that that would happen. And I told my wife I feel more comfortable when people are yelling at me and mocking me than I do when people say nice things, because it's like I've become accustomed to, fighting the trolls so much that when people say nice things, it's very strange for me to deal with, and I don't know how to deal with it. Anyway, moving on. Thank you sincerely for all the kind birthday wishes. I really do appreciate it. I wanted to share Karen Vernon, who's been in prison over 7 years, who got sentenced to 10 years in prison simply for being Lonnie Vernon's wife. And she got over-sentenced, entrapped, and railroaded along with Schaefer Cox. As you guys may know, Lonnie Vernon and Karen Vernon are co-defendants of Schaefer Cox, and they are victims. Well, they're not victims. I don't like to call anybody victims, but they have been targeted by the same unjust prosecution and FBI that Schaefer Cox got targeted by. Well, anyway, Karen Vernon wrote to me from prison, and she said, "You really need to read this book, From Jailer to Jailed, by Bernard B. Kerik, K-E-R-I-K. From Jailer to Jailed." And it arrived in the mail yesterday. I'm looking forward to reading through it. I'm not the fastest reader in the world, but I do plow through. And I just wanted to read to you the outside cover, because just the cover's already got me hooked. Here's what it says. And this is a recommendation from Karen Vernon, which I have a lot of respect for her. In this hard-hitting, raw, and oftentimes politically incorrect memoir, Bernard B. Kerik, former head of the New York City Department of Correction, America's top cop, decorated 9/11 hero, and federal prison inmate number 84888-054, lays it all on the line. He details his stunning fall from grace that whipsawed him through the criminal justice system, landed him in prison for 3 years and 11 days, and now fuels his unwavering and deeply personal fight for criminal justice reform. I love how he didn't use the words prison reform. He said criminal justice reform, which is the way I think about it too. Now, the copyright on this book is 2015, so it was written only 3 years ago. He goes on to write, in an ironic turn of events, Kerik's highest honor of being personally chosen by President George W. Bush to lead the Department of Homeland Security sparked his downfall. The retired New York City Police Commissioner was himself handcuffed, shackled, and for a time held in solitary confinement. Bernard Kerik offers a riveting, one-of-a-kind perspective on the American penal system as he details life on the inside with the experience of an acclaimed correction commissioner from the outside. He compares what is supposed to be happening with what really happens behind prison walls. He takes readers deep into what he calls the wasteland, where inmates are warehoused and treated like animals. My wife often says that. She says they're treated worse than animals. Much worse than animals. Abused by those with power and authority, and deprived not only of their freedom, but of respect and basic human dignity. Even those whose crimes were nonviolent, tax offenders, doctors who overbilled, commercial fishermen who caught too many fish, suffer draconian sentences that leave them without hope. Kerik exposes the willful, devastating, and collateral damage the prison system inflicts and the consequences for American society. He makes a compelling case for reform and calls for the wholesale change that will make America smart on crime and forestall what he calls the erosion of the very fabric of our society. From Jailer to Jailed is more than a powerful memoir. It is an impassioned and singularly insightful rallying cry for criminal justice reform in a nation Bernard Kerik devoted his life to serving and protecting. Just reading that small book cover on the book, I wanted to get that out. And I plan on reading this book. It's close to 300 pages. Actually, it's over 300 pages. It's 304 pages long. So I'm going to be working on this in the next few weeks, maybe months. And if you want to start, maybe we can compare notes. But the cover has already got me hooked. I'm dropping everything else. This is becoming my next book to read. And it's what I'll be reading when I go to bed at night. I usually have like 30 minutes or so, and I'll read a few pages every night. God bless you, and I wanted to get this out. Thank God for Karen Vernon, who recommended it. Please write her a letter. Let her know that you care about her and love her. Don't let Karen feel abandoned by the body of Christ. Thank you for your time. That goes for Lonnie Vernon as well.